Howdy everybody out there in YouTube land, welcome back to the channel. So every once in a while I check Walmart because they've got new decks there all the time. Today we found the Mystical deck. Yes, came out earlier in the year 2022. I looked it up, couldn't find it. I only saw maybe a handful of people who had even located this thing. So let's get it opened up and have a closer look. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff. Mystical deck. So, you know what we like to do here on the channel is we like to get the deck to seal. There we go. I already had my tool ready today because, you know, my tool ready. Okay, so now let's take a closer look at the tuck case. There's that there. It looks like it has maybe with the spade and then maybe some runes. I can't tell if that's like Norse lettering or if it's more Celtic. But anywho, and whatnots, looks kind of like a mixture between the two. There's some stuff going on here. So let's get it. Take a look. Oh, Bicycle brand. 2022 Mystical Bicycle. Okay, so looking at the back, it looks like the back design is the same. Feels good. Feels good. Just in case anybody was wondering, I was actually carrying the marquees with me today. Because why not? The marquee. The marquee is good. It's a nice purple deck. Anywho, so that's what we've got going on there. Let's spoil it right off. It comes with a double backer. There's another one. Fading Ace 3 just did a series talking about his double backer decks. And so here's another one for you, Fading Ace 3. Pick up the Mysticals from Walmart. I only say that because he's from the same place I am. So if you're watching his stuff, good deal. We got a Joker. This Joker has the same colorway. It's the red and gold, red and orange, which I really like. It's like a burnt orange color. Got our Ace. This is a little thing that I picked up. I believe it was Daniel Roy, right? I call him the Doctor of Magic. I call Doug Kahn, I call him the Encyclopedia of Magic. Because he just pulls out like names, people's names, techniques, moves, all that stuff. I call Daniel Roy. Daniel Roy is the Doctor of Magic. So that's a nice little auditorial way of getting somebody's attention. Okay, so you know, the court cards look basically good. Ooh, we got some Power Pip action. Look at that. Power Pip action. It's got a little... not sure if it's going to pick up on with my lighting here on my camera. Definitely not like that. Anyway, there's like a little... the same pattern is over the top of it. Very nice. And I'm guessing the clubs will be the same. See if it shows up a little bit better on the club. Yeah, you see a little bit better on the club there. Everything else is pretty good, pretty good. Okay, it doesn't look like there's... so if it has the double backer, then there's no add card, because that's going to get you to 54 cards. So a standard deck of cards, or rather, wait a second. What's my brain telling me? There you go. There's the add card. 56 cards in the deck. And it's basically a standard throwaway card for bicycle advertising. Find out first about new products, learn how to play card games, watch the latest card-related videos, plus, who doesn't like playing cards? So what I like to do with these cards is I like to practice with them. So these are the cards I practice with. Oh. Only quality content here on the channel. So, I love the colorway. Like I said, that burnt orange color really does it for me. The red and gold is really nice. And it comes with a double backer, so you can it's good to go right out of the box. There was actually a nice little trick that I was just thinking about earlier. Inspired again by Fading Ace 3. We were watching some of his stuff there. And so I really started having this really organic idea. Basically, his routine required a double backer. But my thoughts were, is how would I go about doing that? And it required two decks. What you could do, like if somebody had their own deck of cards, you could have them use theirs. In this case, I think, okay, well, what if I were going to find a card? First, I'd have to have a card selected, right? Now, there's a couple of different ways to do that. So, for instance, we've lost our jokers in the pack. It's a sandwich trick. So, anybody here like a good Sammy? I love a good Sammy myself. Okay. So, you have a card selected, something like this. Go ahead and take a look at the card. Very nice. It goes into the pack. Goes into the pack. It's somewhere in the pack. I've already messed up the trick because that's how we do business here, people. Let's try it again. We've been trying a new control, so let's go ahead and talk about this control. So you're having a card selected. You show the card, placing the card in the pack, and then you're pushing the whole pack out. So that should be your card. Oh, got it? Get it? Okay. So I'm not teaching it to you. I'm just kind of explaining to you what I'm doing. It's a control. King of clubs again. That was not a force. That was just by pure luck. Okay, your card has been lost into the pack. If you get it just right, there's a couple of different things that can work for you. Basically, you can either control the card to the top or the bottom, or in a couple of other places. So it goes into the center of the pack, and then however you want to do it. You got your jokers here. The idea here is that you just put their card into the center. So now you want to lose their cards, or now you're going to find their card. Wow, this is not going good. So you're going to find their card in between the two jokers, and there it is. One card in between the two jokers. Boom. This is basically using a principle that so basically what we do here with these review videos is we talk a little bit about magic theory, and we talk about what we would do with certain things. So this has been kind of on my mind, so I want to work through it here, and you guys can let me know what you think down below. For anybody who watches this review, you get a magic trick. That's what I try to do. I try to include a little bit of inspirational magic with the cards themselves. So here's what we're going to do again. We're going to have a card selected. You're going to show that card off, but you're not going to look at it. It's the queen this time. It's not the king. Now the control I'm using is a push-through control. So as you push it through, it's going to create a little bevel at the back. You're going to grab the bevel. That should be, your card is going to be right here. So that means you want to get it to, you're going to want to get it to the point where you can push, make sure the deck is flush to begin with, so that when you start pushing it through, it's going to grab cards. So that way when you grab it, it's going to be one of those cards that's pushed through. If you do it quickly, tap, tap, push through, then again it's going to be that card. Apparently it wants to get controlled to the second to the top, and that's not what we're looking for here. So let's try it again. Have a card selected with a dribble. There's their card. It's the Jack of Hearts this time. We moved away from the clubs. Then you're just going to push that through, and that should be the second card. So if you do it correctly, push through, grab from the bottom. We went back to the queen. To the queen. Okay. We're just having fun now. We're just having fun. Push through, grab from the bottom, and then the break will be okay. Let's give the deck a little bit of a shuffle because now we're caught up on that center piece there. So we'll work our way through this. We'll work our way through this. Push it down. You probably don't want to do it that exaggerated. Just saying. Make sure the deck is flush and ready to go. And then when you push it down, grab from the bottom. You know what? I don't even know if it's worthwhile anymore. I'm not even paying attention at this point. So, okay. Your card. 4 of hearts. Into the center of the pack it goes. It works. I tell you it works. I've done it before. So there's a point of practicing the move, but the idea here is how I create tricks, or how I go about, maybe not learning them, but when I think about a trick, like in this case it's a sandwich trick, which I have other sandwich tricks, but the idea here is how would I want the trick to look? And how I want this trick to look is I want it to look like a card was selected, and then I push that card into the pack. For instance, we got the 7 of diamonds. Okay, now I've controlled that card to the bottom. We have our 2 jokers. If you don't want to use the jokers, you could take out any 2 matching cards. You're going to put these into the center. And then you're simply going to show, you're going to show that there's nothing between those 2 cards. But of course, when you snap your fingers and you go to the center, there will of course be a card in between the 2 jokers, and that's going to be your card. So the basic principles for this trick is separate your jokers, isolate your jokers, take your 7, place it into the pack. You can either, like, I don't mind the push through idea if you can actually get it to work, which is right there, but I guess the best way to do it would be like this. So as you push it down, tap, tap, push, maintain, get like a small break with the flesh of your middle finger there, and then try to transfer that to your thumb as quickly as possible as part of the move. So for instance, let's see how that would look. Tap, tap, push in, pull back, and now we've already got the break on the thumb, as quick as that. And then now you can simply do a double undercut to lose it into the pack. Okay, not too difficult. Once again, it's on the bottom. Instead of doing the push through, we're just going to tap it a couple times, and then we're just going to clip it with the middle finger, just the fleshy part, and then transfer that to a thumb break, and then we're going to do a double undercut to control it to the bottom. Got it? Okay. You don't have to do that. There's another way that I like to do it, but I don't think it's as fair, is if you do it from the back. You see how I push some cards out? As you're doing that, you actually secretly place it on the bottom. That's one way to do it. Another way, which is probably one of my absolute favorite controls, if you can actually pull this off, see how I just got that break there, and then I transferred it just as easy? It's not that difficult. So it just takes some practice. So you got the card in the center. You're going to have them select a card. You say, okay, here's your card. You don't have to say, okay, there's your card. But so you've got a card there. Let's make sure we stay in frame here as we turn over the pack. And that's a clean way to do it as well, because that allows them to have a card selected, and then you're just simply controlling it. The easiest control that you can do is the one you should stick with. And the objective here is to get it to the bottom, and do that in whatever style works for you. And the cleanest way that works for you. That's the objective. Okay, now you're going to pick up your jokers, and you're simply going to put these into the center of the pack. Now you could spread it out like this while they're still out, but here's what I like to do. In this case, you're just going to lose them into the pack. They are truly lost, because if you show the bottom card, then they're going to see that you've already moved that to the bottom. So you just simply, if you did a turnover pass, this works out well, because you can turn your body again back to here. Now there's 2 ways that you can do this. One is you can simply finger over the bottom card as you start fanning out, and that's called calling the card. This is an idea that I got from Fading Ace 3. I've used calling forces and things like that in the past, but one of my absolute favorite that I actually started out with previously, you just have to make sure that you have your right angle here, is the one where you start with the deck more like this, and you're grabbing the bottom card as you spread out, and this gives you the ability to move your body around for different angles. And now as you get to the center, you're just going to keep spreading, but you're going to clip one joker on the top of this packet and one underneath this packet out jog, as you just simply call or slip that card underneath that side. As you square that up, you're going to go through the rest of the cards and then push them together. And now it's already done. It's already done. So you can do whatever you need to do in order to make this happen this moment. So let's see if we can perform that all the way out using simple methods here. Let's see how it looks with my culling effect. So all of it out. Have a card selected. Go ahead and look at this card. You can have it signed, whatever you need to do. I'm going to put it into the center right there. We're going to take our jokers and we're actually going to lose them somewhere into the center of the pack. But if you look through the cards here, you'll see that all of the cards, except for the jokers, they are in fact in the center. But you'll notice that they've actually captured one card, and that card is your Jack of Spades. So there's a nice little magic trick that you can take home with you today. You're probably already at home watching this, but if you're not, well, just take it home with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow the channel. We do tutorials. We're going to be doing tutorials every single week until the end of the year, until Christmas. That's my gift to you because I can't afford anything else. Just kidding. So basically, that's the plan. The planny plan. Just absorb more content over the holidays. Spend time with your family, of course. Spend time with me if you want to. That's fine. You can just come and hang out. So that's what we've got here today. We've got the mystical bicycle deck from here in 2022. And a beautiful Sammy card trick. Beautiful mystical sandwich. That's what we'll call it. The mystical sandwich. Because it's mystical. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And what's going to happen for you is that right over here, there's going to be a subscribe button. So go ahead and click that. Or you could come over here and you could pick this beautiful video that's just for you. And we'll see you next time.